Hi, I'm Dan Whittaker. Today we're going to do a video on impact, leverage and compression. So today we decided to redo one of my old videos, which was impact, leverage, and we've added compression into there. Now, this was what my first video I ever did. At the time when I did it, I thought it was the bee's knees. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. In all honesty, it was the best I had available to me at the time with the camera. Having looked at it, the content in there and the information is really good. Unfortunately, you know, the image is absolutely dreadful. You know, I look like Casper the Ghost. You can't see my features. You can't really see anything. You know, a lot of people might not want to see my features, and see the facial shots and etc. etc. But we decided that we're going to redo all the old videos. So we thought the first one to attack was this one because it is absolutely diabolical. So I hope you enjoy the video. Some great content in here to help you learn what the club face should do. Give you some drills with it, learn how to not flip it over, cover a little bit of 9 to 3 stuff, which is basically just only a drill to learn impact. It is not a golf swing. I've seen this so much online in forums where people are doing 9 to 3 and spending 2 years hitting 9 to 3 shots to build a golf swing. It's not. It is an impact drill. Okay, so we're going to cover the drill in the video. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, so a lot of guys still believe that on the way through impact, you've got to really get these hands crossing over a lot like this through impact to square the face and generate clubhead speed. In terms of clubhead speed, you potentially generate a little bit more. It's not necessarily true that you can get more clubhead speed with it. You don't have to look at Dustin Johnson by necessarily flipping the hands over like this. The problem with it is there's a lot of timing associated to it. Rate of closure of the clubhead, in other words, the rate with which the toe is passing the heel is so fast that it's really, really difficult to actually time that move to get the club square back to the ball. So what we've got right here is club with alignment stick in the end. So what we're going to take a look at is, okay, once you've taken the golf club back, so from here, left arm rotates, right elbow folds, golf club is pointing back down to an extension of just inside the ball to target line. So for a pure reference point for you guys, if you wanted to be exact, the base of the plane line is measured through where the golf shaft here goes into the floor. So an extension of that down the target line will mean that that is your base of plane line. So that's where the golf club always wants to point throughout the backswing. So you can use the alignment stick for this. So what you've got here is first move. So once the golf left arm's rotated, right elbow's folding, the shaft or the extension is pointing to that baseline to the top, still pointing to an extension of that baseline. Baseline goes to infinity in both directions. So once we're here, what we're aiming for is the golf club starts to trace back down that plane line. If anything, it can go outside it a little, okay? But what we don't want it to do is ever come inside it. So once it's gone there, what we are aiming for is we're going to rotate the body through, okay, and we're going to let the right elbow act as a pivot point, and that becomes the fulcrum. So once that right elbow is on the front part of the hip right here, the body will unwind around and the left arm will move into the body. So what we'll see is from here, left arm is away from the body, like we see with Ben Hogan, and from there, right elbow stays on the front part of the body and the toe of the club works out to the ball. So the butt of the club goes around, okay, the upper left arm, and the references the knobbly bit, the inside of the elbow right here, works into the body. Okay, so that is the left arm rotating inwards as the body is opening, as the shoulder is opening. This is then meaning that the club head is working out to the ball. So as the club head is working out to the ball this way, okay, the left arm is working inwards, and then what's happening is the body is rotating around as the left arm stays on the body. It will only be after this point that the club head will start to pass the hands and the left wrist will be allowed to recup in this direction, okay? You don't want the club head to pass the hands early on, you know, pre-impact or very quickly after impact. This is then tending to mean that your body he's going to be slowing down a little bit too much or stopping to get the club into position. You know, the best guys in the world, what you'll tend to see is from this down the line view, you'll see that the hands are disappearing, you'll still see the club head on the other side of the hands right here. So this is a really, really good kind of reference point for you, and what you're obviously going to be able to see is that the handle is moving around with the body, and then you're going to be able to let it go. The guys who are flipping, what they'll have is through impact, you'll see that the club is repositioning this way, so it's flipping over, and you'll then see the butt of the club pointing back toward the down the line camera. So that would be this way through impact here, and the club head may be in view or will have at least passed the hand, so you kind of get this view, which is not what we're after. What I want to make sure that we're getting is that you're getting that body and arms and club all rotating through together. So really good drill for this is some right arm alone shots. Okay, so what you do with the right arm alone is kind of make sure that the elbow stays fairly close to the side of the body. Okay, you can do it one or two ways. I've got a lot of players who'll do it where they'll put the left hand on the inside of the right elbow and they'll set it and keep that there to ensure that the arms and body are moving through together. And I'll get others who just let the arm be kind of free and work on its own. It's entirely up to you which way you tend to go with it. So what we'd be looking for is here, and then on the way through, you're rotating and letting the arms, the body and the club all work through together. So it's the pivots, the centre of the body acts as the engine, if you like, that's going to let that club work around. So it's really difficult to strike a golf ball well if you're flicking it just with the right hand alone. So what you're going to do is you make sure that the centre of the body is the engine, rotates and brings that club around with you. The right elbow will act as the pivot point, it'll stay on the body, and at the end of the follow through, be on the body right here, and the club will be nice and neutral. This is a really good way for you to be able to truly feel how everything works through impact. So a little old favourite here, so we've got the hockey stick impact bag. The reason for the hockey stick is obviously it's got a curved blade, it fits quite nicely into the side of the bag right here. So you can see it's going to fit right in here. If you flip and you caught it with the toe into the bag, it just doesn't make any noise whatsoever. Okay, so this is a really good reference point for what you're trying to feel and achieve. So you take this back, and then what you're going to do is keep that right elbow on the side of the body and then feel how the body unwinds, and then the ice hockey stick is slamming into the side of the bag right there. So what we'll do is take it back here, halfway back, feel that transition. So I'm now over that left side. Club head is just slightly behind the hands right here. Okay, and then from there we're going to then be able to unwind around that left side with the right elbow staying on the body, and the left arm will work into the body at impact right here. So that is the impact bag position that we're going to try and work at. I really dislike some guys who are using the impact bag that are almost trying to do it as hard as they can. I get juniors who come in who are delighted when they've still got the impact bag airborne for about 15 yards. Now, it can be good for generating some power, but the problem is probably going to damage their wrists, because I like it to just be a reference point to get a feeling that you're moving through. So the longest I'd like to see somebody hit an impact bag, or the hardest as a reference for you guys, will be, obviously once we've got this elbow in position right here, I can generate a little bit of speed from there with my body. That'd be as hard as I would want someone to hit it. So you can still see it's giving me the reference point of what impact feels like. So what we're trying to do is replicate a feeling for impact so that you can hopefully take that feeling forward into your game. So if you hit it as hard as you can the impact bag and it's gone 15 yards down the fairway, it's really not going to be doing anything for you apart from making you feel better and a little bit more macho about yourself, because it's going such a long way. It's not actually doing anything other than injuring you. So what I was doing there, just on a reference point, is chill, keeping that right elbow in and letting that body open up. That is really key, because it's going to obviously give you true feelings of what impact feels like, okay? What else we've got, sorry, is the edge of a mat here. You can use anything. You can use the edge of a door frame, edge of a chair. I'm just use the edge of the mat just from simplicity purposes. Feel what impact is, or how impact feels. Okay, so what I get is, get people into the address position here. Then from address, find impact, okay? I get so many people think that this is impact. They spin the hip backwards and try and drive the handle forwards, okay? That's not impact, okay? Impact is from here, it's gone forwards, okay? And being forwards is the centre of the pelvis, so your belt buckle has gone towards the target. Now over that left side. So that's compression, okay? So compression is this. So this is a feeling of compression. I feel the shaft loading, grabbing against the mat, okay? So the body is opening. You can see I'm getting off my right side, my right foot's rolling across, and I'm over my left. And then everything can then rotate through here, okay? So it's going there, and I'm really, really feeling that leading edge being pushed against that mat, and that's how we're going to engage the golf shaft to get your hands forwards with impact. It's really key to actually do that. I think it's a fantastic drill for you. Lastly, what we're going to do is maybe have a quick look at what a half swing 9-3 type drill is. Okay, so what we're aiming for is halfway back here in the golf swing, as I referenced before, base of plane line. You're going to try and get your centre of the hands where the two hands join together in line with my sternum. Okay, this is really key to have this. I see guys who go too far back here or go too outside. It needs to be in line with your sternum. So this would be in line with my sternum, and the right elbow folded down and left arm is parallel or just inside the foot line, never outside it. Okay, from there, what we're then going to do is I'm going to move over the front side, and then we're going to then allow the club to rotate around with my body, and that's how I'm going to deliver the club into impact. I'm going to make sure that as I come through, the arms are working with the body, and on the other side right here, that the hands are matching my sternum. So matching the sternum here means that it's going to sync the move together, so I can get my arms, the body and the club moving back and through together. Not going to allow this to happen. I'm going to be doing more through here, okay? So we'll just try one little shot, okay? And you should, from the camera, you won't see me down the line, but what you should be able to see, which is the most important bit, I'm going to give you 2 reference points. I'm going to do one where I really flip it over and hit the ball, and you're going to really just deliberately stop, and you'll see where my chest is pointing relative to you, okay, and you see where the club is over here. So just do one really quickly here. This is just a hands one. So you can see here where the club is, where the sternum is. Lastly, what we're aiming for on this little half 9-3 deal would be taking the club back, feel it load, feel it set up here, let the body come through, and you see my hands are in line with my sternum at the end, and club hasn't flipped over. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy the fact that we've redone that video. We've added some really good content to it, a couple of extra bits in there. I think it's got some great information there to really help you with your game. If you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button's down there, so subscribe. This is going to be your opportunity to get the videos straight away. Be the first to know about it. I've got all my social media links at the bottom: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm on there regularly. Any questions you've got, post them on the page here, or send me a message through one of the various social media sites that I'm on. We've got some great new content coming forward, working with some of the pros, players, etc. that I work with. We think you're going to really enjoy what we're doing go forward. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and talk with you again very soon.